Guys, I'm here. I told you once again, this is rivalry week. Okay. Texas Longhorns are coming up, and guess what? We got to go to DKR, baby. Guess what happens when we come to a city near you? We're going to clear out the stadium. Okay. That's our mind frame. We need to clear out your stadium before you get a chance to say, hey, guys, the game is over with. Okay. That's what we're coming to do. So what are we talking about today, man? What are we looking at? First and foremost, the volleyball team went down. Okay. Yes, guys, I will go ahead and say that. The volleyball team went down. It is the first time in, I think, 20 years where they've had a conference tournament for the volleyball. It's crazy because Texas A&M, right, for the first time was number 2 in the SEC, right? And they lost to their arch rival, which is Texas. That's crazy to me that for the second year in a row, right, doesn't matter what the sport is, and for the second year in a row, it's going to be football as well, but we're having to go up against Texas and beat them to reach the SEC championship game. Now we're staring at it. Now we're staring at it through a football terms, and now we're having to go undefeated. We're having to have an undefeated season to go to the SEC championship. This is mind blowing and crazy to me that we have to be undefeated to go once again to the SEC title game. On last year, Auburn kept us out. Last year, Texas kept us out as well. But Auburn was the first ones to get to us. Now we have to beat these guys to go 12-0. I feel good about it, right? Ain't no ifs, ands, buts with it on me. I feel very good about it. So guess what, man? We will go in there and we will see what it all is. Is it beat the heck out of Texas week? Yes, it is. We should have done it in volleyball last night. But that's okay. We didn't get a chance to do it. Volleyball team, this one is for you. Okay? That's a good team that Texas has with that volleyball, though. I will say that. Those guys, they were those gals, right? Or those young ladies, rather. They've been there before. Okay? They've been winning numerous championships. Texas A&M, we're just now finding that part of us. All right? Jamie Morrison and those A&M volleyball players, guess what? They aren't done yet. I do have them just like I had the baseball team in the national title game. I feel good and I feel confident about that. I will be sitting here on Sunday and I will see what the selection committee does when they put out those seed rankings. If they would have beat Texas and if they would have won the SEC championship, in which is they had to beat Kentucky, right? They would have been the number 2 seed. That's okay. We didn't get that. I'm looking at Texas A&M most likely being at 5 or 6 seed on Selection Sunday. This will by far be the most watched NCAA volleyball selection show ever. Why? Because it's teams that are now getting better. It's teams that are getting in there. Texas A&M is one of them. Nobody expected Texas A&M volleyball to do what they done on last year. Guess what? We get a chance to do it again this year, all right? So it is what it is. Somebody said, man, I'd rather watch Texas A&M swimming team. I guess so, okay? Guys, I stay up on all these sports. I try to do my best and stand up on, like, a lot of them. I watch the volleyball. I got my wife into volleyball now. That's crazy how this household works when somebody is behind them and is guiding and running the ship. Even my son sat there and watched volleyball on yesterday. Guys, we are volleyball fans as long as Texas A&M is playing, okay? Let's keep going. First and foremost, before we get into this, my final score, right? My score prediction for Texas A&M at Texas in DKR. I'm going to go 31-27 Texas A&M. This will not be a blowout game. I wish it could be, but this will not be a blowout game, mainly because of the rivalry purposes, okay? We sat back and we've seen Auburn. We've seen Alabama. We've seen damn good Bama teams have to go up against bad Auburn teams, right? And come out of that ball game in a tough win. Why did I mention those guys? We're just about to look at the same type of deal when it comes to A&M and Texas, okay? Last year, they got us. They got us at home. Guys, we didn't forget. We didn't forget. We remember. You got us at home, 17-7. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of you guys go on these Twitter rants, right? And a lot of you guys have these Twitter fingers. And one of them said this here. I won't change anything until Texas A&M and Oklahoma scores a touchdown. But once again, coming to a city near you, we're coming to Austin on Black Friday, and guess what? We're gonna make you guys have a blackout early. All right? What am I looking at? I'll say this here, and I've been saying it all season, and now we're 11-0. I've been saying it all season. If Marcel Reed, in which he put up 3 touchdowns in the first quarter in that last game. It was Samford. Yeah, I get that. But guess what? That was Marcel Reed to put up them 3 scores, and then he left. He ain't leaving in this game. I don't give a damn if the score is 48-0. He ain't leaving in this game. What are we looking at? Marcel Reed, he goes out. He puts that offense in the position to score 7-0 early, first quarter. And if that ends the first quarter 7-0, it's going to be a tight ball game. If that first quarter ends 3-0, that's going to be a tight ball game. If that first quarter ends 14-0 Texas A&M, man, we're finna beat the brakes off y'all ass. And I'm gonna say it again, we finna beat the brakes off y'all ass. Early, very early. We'll get there. All right. If it's 14-0 Texas first quarter, I've heard a lot of people say this. Well, Texas ain't South Carolina. That's true. They're better than South Carolina. It is what it is. Guess what? We don't care. If it's 14-0 early first quarter, Texas, guess what? We're going to catch up to your ass. We're going to catch up to you. Am I predicting that to be 14-0 early? No. Will that environment be rocking down there on the 40 acres, as they love to call it? Yes. Guess what we call ours? The 44 Forms. What are we coming to Austin to do? Turning that shit into the 44 Forms. That's what we're there to do. You call it 40 acres, we call it 44 Forms. We're coming, baby. We're coming, okay? It's time. It's time. Key factors in this football game. Number 1 is defense on both sides of the ball. I don't know why people likes to do this, right? I don't know why people likes to talk about this, but people talk about Texas A&M defense like it isn't good. From what I just looked at, right, in which I'm going to go and do some of my research here, and what I just looked at, I knew I wasn't going crazy. Texas A&M defense right now sits at number 16 nationally. I'm going to say that again. Texas A&M defense right now sits at number 16 nationally. Texas A&M defense is number 1 on third downs. People already know this. They're number 2 in sacks behind Oklahoma. People already know this as well. They are top 25 when it comes to passing defense, in which people did know, in which, to be honest, Texas A&M, I think, is number 15 to 16 when it comes to passing defense. Okay? Rushing defense. Texas A&M is number 27 national. People like to do this here. They will only bring up the games where A&M had a lot of rushing yards put on. UTSA is one of them. They keep on going back to that game. Okay, fine. Do your thing on that. The Missouri game, they keep going back to that. Was A&M not already in the lead and pretty much blowing Missouri out? Because I think so. I think so. Okay? Here we go with, guys in the comment section posting that all-time record in which this is what Texas loves to do when they know they're about to get their asses whooped. 77, 37, and 5. How is this a rivalry when the Aggies lead the rivalry? Well, when the Aggies don't lead the rivalry. This is what they like to do. Number one, you wasn't alive for half of those goddamn 77 victories they got anyway. So stop posting that bull crap. Post the ones where you were alive and you actually seen the games. That's what I want you to do. If you're 30 something or if you're 40 or 50, post those stats, right? Tell me what's the win and loss records with those instead of the whole 77. I'm going to post all the time because it makes yourself feel better if you're a Longhorn fan. I don't post that. I ain't got time to do that. It is what it is. If it's 77, 37, and 5, well, guess what? Look for 77, 38, and 5 because A&M is coming to beat that ass on Black Friday. And we're not stopping, nor are we slowing down. So anyways, getting back to these key stats here, right? So you look at it, man. You look at it all around. Texas A&M, right? Texas A&M is very, very good, and they're very balanced. They have a top 15 offense. Yes, I said it, people, for the ones that need to know. They have a top 15 offense, and they have a top 16 defense. Their offense ranks number 15 nationally. The defense ranks number 16 nationally. I think that's just about good enough to win you a national title. Would you guys say? So, they benefit off of easy schedule. Well, guess what, guys? Texas has a chance to change that. They do. They have a chance to change it. Okay? And it is what it is. Someone on here said, then you should post and talk about the record when you started watching the rivalry. That's 2 years. Then you should post and talk about the record when you started watching the rivalry. What? I don't know what that means. You gotta talk to me on what you're talking about here. Somebody said I'll be watching Auburn, the real team. Okay, well, I guess you will, you know. But anyways, guys, so to keep on talking about this, right? Key factors. Texas A&M leads the way in tackles for loss given up, in which Texas A&M is number one, where their offensive line doesn't give up tackles for loss, buddy. They don't give up tackles for loss. Texas A&M is also top 10 when sacks allowed. They're top 10. Texas A&M, once again, is also top 5 when it goes into getting teams for tackles for loss. So it's a lot of key factors on the A&M side. There's a lot of momentum on the A&M side, stats-wise. What will they do in the game physically? The key player on defense to watch in this football game against Texas, and they already know it's coming, it's Cassius Howard. It's Cassius Howard. Watch him. Look at where he's at. But guess what? Once you put your eyes on Cassius Howard, then that opens up everybody else around the perimeter that's beside Cassius Howard and that's behind Cassius Howard. Terrion York is one of them. I'm going to say it again. Terrion York is one of them. Who's the other guy? DJ Hicks. Look out for DJ Hicks to make an impact in this game. Ain't no doubt about it. DJ Hicks will make an impact in this game. He's on the defensive line. If you didn't know about him, in which Texas fans do, then y'all know that he's coming. Y'all know that he's coming. Okay? Guys, we're not slowing down. We got one of the best defensive lines in the country. The problem is that y'all ain't going to give us our credit for it. That's fine. We'll put it on display come Saturday. Come Friday night. That's fine. We'll get out there, man. We'll do something about it. You ain't going to give us our credit, then guess what? Shit, we'll damn sure take it from them. In that offensive line that Texas is putting out there, you better hope that you can keep on rolling the pocket with. Because if you can't, Then we're coming through all them cracks and creases. And we're sacking that Arch Manning ass today. You got that touchdown on us last year. We didn't forget about that. We did not forget about that. Okay? Wow, a cocky and arrogant black guy. Never seen that. I don't know what that means. All right, man. It is. Oh man, that is too funny. Somebody talking about rare. I'm not cocky, right? I'm just confident. I'm confident. You know, and truth be told, a lot of my A&M family, they hate when I'm this confident, right? Because we have the quote unquote thing called battered aggie syndrome. I was always here to tell you that bull crap never existed. That was something that somebody else gave to us and we just ran with it. I've always been here to break that mind frame and break that from out of you. I'm so happy that Mike Elko has also showed up to the party and said, man, look, enough of that. We went 8-4 last year. That's fine. Okay. We're back this year. We need to break it already. We need to break it and we need to keep on going. It's no time for that. Okay. It's no time for that at all. And guys, forgive me. I'm just making sure that I'm reading the comments here. Only the meek shall inherit the earth. The cookies will make you fall at marriage. I don't know what that means. Good for you, brother. No shame being. I don't know what that is, neither. Texas A&M the best in the state of Texas. To be honest with you, yeah, man, we are. We are the best team in Texas right now, and we're trying to solidify that. All I know is Miami gonna whoop the Aggies when you see them for the college football playoffs. Man, if you go back and look at it, in which I said that A&M will end up playing Miami, right? And I'm not gonna get off subject. I said A&M will end up playing Miami in the national championship game. I'll be the one to say this here. I've seen this Miami and Pittsburgh game before, and I've seen it when Miami was real good. Now, granted, that was a whole different coach. Then again, is it? I don't know, because I am putting Pittsburgh up there to beat Miami in Pittsburgh. It's going to be very cold. It's going to be cold as hell down there in Pittsburgh. And I'll say this, man, they got to come on with it. Miami has to come on with it, okay? Pittsburgh has already beat Georgia Tech, so, hey, we'll find out what's going on from there. So, anywho, guys, to go ahead and wrap this up, because I got to get on about it here, man. I have to go with my sons down here to play on the field a little bit, especially while it feels good. Okay. So this is what I will say. Right. This is what I will say. And once again, I'm going to make more of these videos because hell, I'm off this whole week. Okay. This is my entire vacation week. So this is kind of why you're starting to see some videos. Should have made one yesterday, but didn't, and it is what it is. So I'm going to say this. Arch Manning has been looking better over the past couple of weeks. That's true, right? Granted, they played Arkansas. That one I do understand. However, the pass rushes in this game and the lights that are going to be on in this game is going to be phenomenal because the lights shine brighter in Texas, and things are bigger in Texas, period. Okay? This is by far the biggest matchup at DKR between Texas and Texas A&M in a very long time. All right? That game last year at Kyle Field was by far one of the biggest matchups in a very long time for the state of Texas. What I love about this game is that it's between the state of Texas and it's between two opponents that has been top 10 in recruiting for at least over the last 5 years now. It's no excuses. I love when it's like this because this is what you've been wanting to see. Although Mike Elko is in his second year and Sark is in his, I think, fifth, I believe, either fifth or sixth. Sark has been there. He's been to the SEC championship game, which was last year, and he's also been to 2 playoff games. A&M hasn't went there, okay? We're now getting there with Elko. Elko has us in a different direction. Elko undoubtedly has us staring down a 12-0 season, okay, in which I believe he will have a 12-0 regular season. This is very good for both programs, and this is even better for the state of Texas. Do you not know how many kids grow up and want to go to these 2 schools in particular? It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And just playing football alone, it has them sitting there with a very tough decision on, I just don't know if I should go to Texas or Texas A&M. Will it always count on who the better team is? At times it will, but it also counts on your gut. Don't look at your household, because mine is full of A&M, okay? Trust me, if my son wants to go to Texas, I'm going to be behind him 100%. But if he wants to go to A&M, I'm going to be behind him 1,000%, okay? If he even wants to go to Ohio State, Alabama, guys, it does not matter. I'm going to be behind him. But when it comes to this state of Texas rivalry, baby, in which I am pretty much new blood to it, it does wonders for the state of Texas, okay? So I tagged a lot of people in this video. Greg Abbott, if you listen. Greg Abbott, if you listen. This is for the state. I'm not gonna get into politics because I don't do that stuff. That's between y'all. I don't do that stuff. I'm all sports over here. But this is the game. I believe he'll be there, right? The other guy that people don't like, they hate when he comes, he'll be there as well. This game is going to be a showdown. It's not going to be a shootout by all means, but it's going to be a showdown. And these are the best 2 teams. Well, these aren't the best 2, okay? Because Texas Tech is up there. However, I look at other teams around the state of Texas, and they want to feel this energy that Texas and Texas A&M is about to bring on Black Friday, because they don't have Texas nor Texas A&M to play anymore. That is what's bringing that rivalry up, because these are the 2 prominent universities in the state, man. These are the 2 billionaire boys. You're either gonna go to one or 2. You're gonna go to Texas or Texas A&M. Okay? Just like Ohio State and Michigan. The problem is that those are 2 different states. It's just like Auburn and Alabama. They're both in the state, both in the same conference. This is what makes the SEC better now. This is what gets it there. Georgia and Georgia Tech, they're in the same state, 2 different conferences, but those are in-state opponents. This is the bragging rights, okay? Georgia and Georgia Tech right now. Those guys are both, one is 10 wins, well, one is 10-1, the other one is 9-2. That's the biggest Georgia and Georgia Tech game of the century. That's lights out good as hell, okay? Once again, back to the state of Texas, though. Tech doesn't have this for the last game of the season. Baylor doesn't have this for the last game of the season. TCU doesn't have this for the last game of the season. Those are the outsiders. Texas Tech is good, though, but those are the outsiders. I seen Texas Tech crying the other day about, man, we should make a call to the SEC, man. It's time, y'all. Y'all ain't ready yet. I say it once again, y'all ain't ready yet. You're not ready. Yeah, we told Texas the same thing, but that was just all talk. Texas was already building. Plus, they had the money to back it and everything else that came along with it. Football team is good. Focus on dominating the Big 12. I would if I were you. Don't come to the SEC, because I'm going to tell you right now, you ain't going to be 11-1. And I say that wholeheartedly. You would not be 11-1 right now. Okay? So, guys, it is what it is, baby. We're here. It's rivalry weekend. I'll be back on tomorrow, to break down a bit of that offense going up against each other, but we're here, baby. This is it. All right. If you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you comment, leave your thoughts. Leave me the predictions. Once again, my prediction is this here. 31-27, Texas A&M. I say it again, 31-27, Texas A&M. If that game ends up being 45-20, Texas A&M, that means that stadium that got cleared. That stadium that got cleared out real quick. It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a very long night. Okay? Somebody talking about Auburn going to whoop some A&M tail. What you talking about in basketball? You got to be talking about basketball. But guys, hey, once again, Giga Maggies, I love you.